Hey guys, Ryan here, and today I'm bringing you another video in the AMX 1375. Now, good news is, at the moment, on my 1375, I'm going to need, I believe, one more game, and then I should have the batch at 12T, so hopefully I can bring you some replays in that. But before this, like, the final good game I had in the 1375, unless I have a good one, my final one. But I'm in a platoon with Spandex Luke again, because there's only a couple games after the previous video. So, Spandex in this AMX Chaffee, Luke's in this Dreadnought again. It's not a tier 9 game, but it is a tier 8 game, so I'm still finding higher tier tanks, which is nice for the XP. And we're on Swamp, which is a big map, so I'm hoping I'll be able to find some use for my light tank in it. And as such, I've decided actually that I know from when I'm playing heavy tanks and mediums that, as you watch here as I nearly drown at the start, would have been quite embarrassing. I know from playing heavies and mediums that a lot of enemies go to the hill opposite and snipe. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to try and spot their hill. So you're moving in. Like, there's quite a few rocks and different locations. I can turn to the right, I can turn to the left. I've got quite a few locations where I can go for cover. In terms of light tanks, me and Spandex are 2 tier 7 light tanks, and the enemies have 2 tier 7 light tanks in the platoon, so it's fairly balanced in terms of light tanks. Their light tanks want to spot our hill in the same way I went for theirs, but I decided I need to get rid of these tanks. Now I've decided I'm okay with him shooting me because I've got 4-round clip, so I'm okay doing the trade with him. Luke just handled the other one with Spandex, and now they've only got 1 light tank left on very low hit points. So I want to go back to spot the hill, but obviously while I'm still spotted, I don't want to push just in case. Now, the problem for me when it comes to spotting is that I do hardly any of it in terms of like light tanks and going to positions. I don't know where the best positions are. I just have to kind of make it up as I go along and just try and find them whilst I'm in game. So, if you're a regular light tank player and you see me doing something that's not the best, please just forgive me. As I said, when it comes to spotting, I'm not really good at that. Tier 8 Object 416. He doesn't have a fully traversable turret, and I'm going to have 3 shots into the back of him as he's chasing down one of my teammates. Just 3 easy shots, then back into cover. Now, something about light tanks that I've noticed is that there are times when you're in a heavy tank or a medium tank and you're willing to trade damage, like I was with the light tank earlier. So you're willing to let yourself get shot in order to do damage to them. Now I do it all the time in heavy tanks, but I'm really struggling with the light tanks in that sometimes I'll do it, but I'll forget just how low the amount of hit points on my tank is. So like when I say I'm willing to take a shot, I actually end up losing half my hit points for it, for example. So I need to get better and be a lot more careful with who I'm willing to trade shots with in light tank, because I keep forgetting about how low the hit points are on these vehicles. So at the moment, game slowed down a little bit because I'm keeping an eye on that 416, because I would quite like to get rid of him as a top tier medium tank. But thankfully, he's going to make a bit of a mistake, and that is, he's fighting in the swamp area in the center of the map, in a tank that doesn't have a fully traversable turret, when there's 2 light tanks hiding around down here. And even if you say he didn't know that we were here, he doesn't have a turret, and with all the hills that people could be hiding behind around here, he shouldn't be down here. I fired the 1 shot, couldn't get the shot on him, so I'm just going to go for a reload again. Something else you notice is I go for the reload all the time. I'm more to the Centurion 1 because he's got 10 degrees of gun depression and excellent view range. And now the 416 is starting to move. I'm waiting for my chance to go in. And you'll see that Spandex is on the map. We're at either side of the 416. And I'm going in. Again, I thought I was fine with that shot. I get the rest of my shots into him, and now Spandex is chasing after him to finish him off. So, that shot hurt quite a bit, but at the same time, took out a top tier medium tank, so was it worth it? Potentially. I mean, our team's still winning, and now's the time to start just trying to pick up some damage. And what we're going to see is I make a horrible mistake here. You see where the TD is on the map and where the Centurion 1 is? There was also a Pantera or a Progetto, I can't remember which one, the Pantera. I decided I'm going to go for him. I'm going to try and circle him. But I've done one of two things here. I've either overestimated my tank's traverse speed, or I've underestimated the Pantera's traverse speed, because that tank when he gets turned with his tank and turret, turns very quick. My Trax Absorber's first shot, I'm trying to get round, but you'll see that his turret is pretty close to me. And I am a one-shot for him. Thankfully, Spandex is going to come and save my life, which was very much appreciated, because that was a mistake on me, and had Spandex not been there, I probably would have died. So I'm going to try and help him with the Centurion 1. Unfortunately, even with the 2 seconds to clip, it's not quite enough to save him. So instead I'm going to use this Pantera tank as cover from the Hellcat, and now I'm going to move forward. So I don't have a shot at their artillery. I spotted their medium tank. It used to be AFK, so what I'm just going to try and do is I'm going to try and blow the tracks off before I leave and get some assistance. First shot doesn't do it, second shot does, and now I can move on for the final enemy tank that's of any real concern, which is the STA-2, or STA-1, I can't remember which tank it is. It's Japanese medium anyway. He's at the other side of the map. I'm going to go for a full reload because I've got the time. And what you're going to see is, now obviously given where that medium tank is, there's only one of two options he's going for. He's going to try and cap, I wouldn't recommend he try to do, or what I'm thinking he's going to do, he's going to try and go for the artillery. So I'm hoping to come up, and as you'll see, I'm actually nearly out of ammo here, and that's what I mean about these French light tanks not carrying much ammo, which is a bit of a shame because it means quite often I have to fire APCR, even against tanks I don't need it for. Now, the STA-2 took a bit of a weird way round to look for the artillery. It's a bit of a shame for me because that now means he is now behind a hill. Now, I stay here because I'm expecting him to move out from behind that hill. But what you're going to see is our tier 6 STRV is moving forwards, and as the STA-2 goes for artillery, or trying to find a shot in the artillery, as he finally picks him up, he's decided he'd much rather die to the STRV than me, which is fine, and I'm actually cool with that because the STRV in our team did really well considering he was a bottom tier tank, so I'm quite glad he got the kill. So this game's finally over. A map I don't really like too often, but in a light tank it's pretty good. 96,000 profit, 2,500 damage, 1,700 assistance, 2 kills for an ace tanker. And as I said, if you look at the team list afterwards, you'll see that the STRV did a great job of 1,800 damage and 4 kills for a bottom tier tank. So, great job to him. So this game was just me trying to do my best to find a good position to spot, trying to ambush opponents when the time was right, like the 416 and the LTG, and just overall trying to make good decisions, and when I made a bad decision, just relying on Spandex to come and save me and bail me out of my shit situation. Still thank you guys for watching, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all in the next one.